Chapter 23, Dress and Appearance. Section 23A, Professional Image. 23.1, Professional Military Image. According to AFI 1-1 Air Force standards, first impressions are often drawn based upon appearance. That is why presenting a professional image matters as much as professional behavior when it comes to being a military member. Pride in one's personal appearance and proper wear of the uniform enhances the esprit de corps and the professional image essential to an effective military force. Projecting a good military image reflects not only on the individual, but also on the Air Force, both on and off duty. While this list is not all-inclusive, keep the following expectations in mind for portraying a professional image. When in uniform, do not smoke or use smokeless tobacco products except when authorized in designated smoking areas. When in uniform, do not stand or walk with hands in pockets except to insert or remove an item. When in uniform, do not use personal electronic media devices while walking except in the event of an emergency when official notifications are necessary or, unless otherwise specifically authorized, such as during physical training. While walking in uniform, do not consume food or beverages. Do not engage in public displays of affection except when briefly permitted in situations where physical contact is a commonly accepted etiquette, such as weddings, graduations, promotions, retirement ceremonies, or upon departure for or return from deployment. 23.2, Dress and Personal Appearance Standards. Dress and personal appearance standards are established to ensure every airman reflects pride in personal appearance, professionalism, and esprit de corps. Deeply rooted in our Air Force heritage, our dress and appearance standards provide visible examples of self-discipline, commitment, and a willingness to set aside individuality for the betterment of the whole. As clearly stated in AFI 36-2903, Dress and Personal Appearance of Air Force Personnel, Air Force standards of dress and personal appearance consist of 5 elements: neatness, cleanliness, safety, uniformity, and military image. Peers, supervisors, first sergeants, and commanders all have the responsibility of addressing personal appearance standards. When necessary, leaders will address and correct violations to ensure the highest standards are met. Note: more restrictive standards regarding personal appearance may be imposed on or off duty to adhere to cultural sensitivities for those performing highly visible special mission requirements or for those in special duty positions. 23.3, Hair Standards. Hair requirements include clear standards for both men and women in the Air Force. Presenting a professional appearance while allowing proper wear of uniform or safety headgear is the first and foremost expectation. Hair will be clean, well-groomed, neat, and present a professional appearance. If dyed, hair will look natural. Hair will not contain an excessive amount of grooming aids, touch the eyebrows, or protrude below the front band of properly worn headgear. Hairstyles that are extreme, faddish, or violate safety requirements are not permitted. Before altering, neglecting, or accessorizing hairstyles, be sure to refer to AFI 36-2903 for detailed guidelines. Hair, wigs, hairpieces, and extensions. Wigs, hairpieces, and extensions must meet the same standards required for natural hair. They must be of good quality, fit properly, and not exceed limits stated for natural hair. Synthetic hair is not authorized when prohibited by safety or the mission. Wigs will not be used to cover unauthorized hairstyles. Specific standards for braids, twists, and locks are provided in AFI 36-2903. Men's hair. Men's hair must have a tapered appearance on the sides and back, both with and without headgear. Hair will not exceed 1 1/4 inches in bulk regardless of length and will not exceed 1/4 inch at the natural termination point. Men's hair will not touch the ears. However, closely cut or shaved hair on the back of the neck may touch the collar. The block cut is permitted with tapered appearance. Men are also authorized cleanly shaven heads, military high and tight, or flat top haircuts. Men will not have any visible items in or attached to hair. Note, extensions are prohibited for males. Men's facial hair. Beards are not authorized unless for medical reasons when authorized by a commander on the advice of a medical official and maintained within acceptable standards. If authorized by the commander, members must keep facial hair trimmed not to exceed 1/4 inch in length. Mustaches, if worn, will not exceed downward beyond the lip line of the upper lip or extend sideways beyond a vertical line drawn upward from both corners of the mouth. Sideburns, if worn, will be neatly trimmed and tapered in the same manner as the haircut. They will be straight, of even width, not flared, and end in a clean-shaven horizontal line. They will not extend below the bottom of the orifice of the ear opening. Note, commanders and supervisors will monitor treatment progress to control shaving waivers. If granted a shaving waiver, members will not shave any facial hair in a manner as to give a sculptured appearance. Women's hair. Women must style their hair to present a professional appearance. Hair cannot extend below an invisible line drawn parallel to the ground at the bottom edge of the shirt collar, regardless of length. Functional accessories may include conservative hairpins, combs, headbands, elastic bands, scrunchies, and barrettes that match the color of hair. Black-colored hair accessories are authorized regardless of hair color. Women may not have shaved heads, military high and tight, or flat-top haircuts. Hair will not exceed 3½ inches in bulk. Long hair worn in a bun will be secured with no loose ends. When hair is in a ponytail, the hair must be pulled all the way through the elastic band, hang naturally downward, and not extend below the collar. Bangs and sideswept hair will not touch the eyebrows. 23.4 Cosmetics. Cosmetics must be conservative, in good taste, and will not be worn in field conditions. Specific tinted cosmetics will not distinctly contrast with complexion, detract from the uniform, or be extreme in color. Obvious unauthorized colors include purple, gold, blue, black, bright red, and fluorescent colors. Less obvious but questionable colors should not be worn if they do not align with the intention of being conservative and in good taste. Note, cosmetics are not authorized for males. 23.5 Fingernails. Fingernails must be clean, well-groomed, not exceed 1/4 inch in length past tip of finger, and not interfere with duty, performance, or hinder proper fit of prescribed safety equipment or uniform items. When worn, women will wear nail polish as a single color that does not distinctly contrast with the complexion or detract from the uniform. Obvious unauthorized colors include purple, gold, blue, black, bright red, and fluorescent colors. Less obvious but questionable colors should not be worn if they do not align with the intention of being conservative and in good taste. Note, decorations are prohibited, but French manicures are authorized. Note, nail polish is not authorized for males. 23.6 Body piercing and ornamentation. While on duty, in uniform or civilian attire, on or off a military installation, with the exception of authorized earrings, all members are prohibited from attaching, affixing, or displaying objects, articles, jewelry, or ornamentation to or through the ear, nose, tongue, eyebrow, lips, on the teeth, or any exposed body part, includes visible through the uniform. While off-duty in civilian attire on a military installation, with the exception of wear in areas in and around military family and privatized housing, and with the exception of earrings, all members are prohibited from attaching, affixing, or displaying objects, articles, jewelry, or ornamentation to or through the ear, nose, tongue, eyebrows, lips, or any exposed body part. Note: women may wear small, not exceeding 6 millimeters in diameter, spherical or square conservative white diamond, gold, white pearl, or silver earrings as a set with any uniform combination. If the member has multiple piercings in her ear, she is authorized to wear only one set of earrings in the lower earlobes. Note: men may wear earrings out of uniform. 23.7 Tattoos, brands, and body markings. The Air Force defines a tattoo as a picture, design, or marking made on the skin or other areas of the body by staining it with an indelible dye or any other method including pictures, designs, or markings only detectable or visible under certain conditions, such as ultraviolet or invisible ink tattoos. A brand is defined as a picture, design, or other marking that is burned into the skin or other areas of the body. Body markings are pictures, designs, or other markings as a result of using means other than burning to permanently scar or mark the skin. Unauthorized types. Members may not have or obtain tattoos, brands, or other markings anywhere on the body that are obscene, commonly associated with gangs, extremist, and/or supremacist organizations, or that advocate sexual, racial, ethnic, or religious discrimination. Tattoos, brands, or body markings anywhere on the body that are obscene, commonly associated with gangs, extremist, and/or supremacist organizations, or that advocate sexual, racial, ethnic, or religious discrimination, are prohibited in and out of uniform. Air Force Office of Special Investigations maintains information regarding gang or hate group, etc. on tattoos, brands, or body markings. Tattoos, brands, or body markings with unauthorized content that are prejudicial to good order and discipline, or that content is of a nature that tends to bring discredit upon the Air Force, are prohibited both in and out of uniform. Members who have or receive unauthorized content tattoos, brands, or body markings are required to initiate removal or alteration or face further possible administrative actions. Size and area restrictions. Though the Air Force has lifted tattoo size restrictions, tattoos, brands, and body markings on the head, neck, face, tongue, lips, and scalp remain unauthorized. Hand tattoos are authorized, however, they are limited to one single band ring tattoo on one finger on one hand. 23.8 Body alterations and modifications. Intentional alterations or modifications to a member's body that result in a visible, physical effect that disfigures, deforms, or otherwise detracts from a professional military image are prohibited. Examples of prohibited alterations or modifications include, but are not limited to, tongue splitting or forking, tooth filing, acquiring visible, disfiguring skin implants, and gouging, piercing holes large enough to permit light to shine through.